Nerdrotic.com.
Somebody done fucked up.
Snitches get stitches.
Yeah. I mean, I thought we were about free expression. That's what I thought we were about.
As they call it. Bitch made to fucking do that shit. Absolutely.
Yeah, but when you're dealing with bitches, you get bitch made.
We've said since the inception of EFAP, people have asked us like, "Oh, would you want Movie Bob and etc. that's removed from the platform?" Like, as long as he's not encouraging the deaths of like the people he disagrees with, no, keep going, keep pumping out content. Hopefully, you get better. I don't want you fucking erased. That's stupid. Like, it's just completely antithetical to learning. Like, that doesn't. You just cancel the entire process.
Exactly. I think exchanges of ideas are great. And I think people who are discouraging people from questioning the government and authoritative sources, I'd be wary of those. That's just my opinion. I'd be wary of those people. Now, I've always been pretty counterculture on the outside looking in. That's been my life. Pretty happy there. That's, I guess, the sphere we're in. I heard Jeremy from the Quartering use that term, and I'm like, I have not heard that term in a long time. But that's where I've always been, is counterculture. We're counter the culture right now. We are offering the opposing view. And that opposing view, there's lots of nuance to that. There's tons of it. And, I'm not super informative on my channel. It's just like doing my thing, trying to be funny once in a while, but just, talking about whatever the fuck I want to talk about when I want to talk about. And it's usually based on audience interest, what they're interested in hearing. And that's a balance that I have to figure out every day. This one person who I have never talked to, I guess they've DM'd me. It's just, or maybe there was a passing conversation on Twitter. I can't remember. Wants me and everybody on that show gone. And they're saying it's for one reason, but it's really, we know what it's about. We know it's about envy. It's about their channel. That's what it always is about. Every time there's an attack on another channel, just go look at the analytics, and that will answer your question. Folks, I don't think it's about the fuck. I don't think they give a fuck what I say or do. They haven't for years up until
the term "follow the money" is a term for a reason. Like I say, it's jealousy, it's envy. They see people who have an opinion when they don't necessarily, want to play the ankle biter game, or they want to respond based off somebody else's opinion, therefore not actually having one of their own. And they get annoyed when people come and watch. What did it boil down to through all their whinging and moaning? They out themselves. It was just like, look at the views they get. That's what they want. They want to have the audience. They want to have that number of people come. Friday Night Tights, obviously the viewership on this Friday that just went was a one-off based off such a huge guest. But without the Alex, we're still getting like every week over 7,000. Sometimes pushing over 8,000 as a consistency, which is great for a show that 12 months ago was on 3,000. There's great growth there. The Real B.B.C, when we started doing this on my channel, we were getting like low 3,000s, and then we're now doing over 4,000. We had like 4.2K today at peak. So, you guys are coming and you're supporting hard. You really are supporting hard. And it's just pure envy that are just like, why aren't I getting that? They let it slip, particularly with the Screen Junkie boys. They're people who are supporting Access Media and been part of Access Media. And when you're part of Access Media, you get very selfish and entitled because you're used to getting freebies. You're used to getting invites and getting interviews and all this kind of stuff. But if your audience don't give a shit about that, if your audience just feels that, that you're not going to give an impartial opinion or you're not going to give the truth based off that, then they're going to go to people, not just saying us, there are plenty of others out there. They're going to go to other people who they believe are going to give them an honest opinion about it. And that's why this media is so important. And this is why a lot of them want us gone, because they want to return. And the irony is the people who are being bitch made, even if we're gone, they wouldn't get this audience. They wouldn't get this audience at all. This audience would move to someone else. It'd move to Young Ripper. It'd move to Critical Drinker. It'd move to some other place. That would become their new home. It certainly wouldn't go to Access Media, and it certainly wouldn't go to bitch-made people that don't have an opinion. When we see these, when we see these attacks or we see these attempts at trying to rope us into drama, behind the scenes, we're going, great. We're doing something right. Let's keep it going. And instead of giving them oxygen and giving them time, we go, right, we're doing something right. Let's focus. What should we do? What should we do next? What we're looking at? How can we do better? How can we do, get someone else? Do we have any contact with this area, that area? And we're reaching out to all kinds of different people to come onto the show, all kinds of different people to come onto the show. And some we're still in communication with. Some haven't returned any communication, but we're out there trying, and we're out there trying to get people who we think are going to entertain you and going to be interesting to you. For us, it goes back to how it should be, and that is entertaining our audience. So let them waste their time. Let them report. The more that they scream and shout about us, the more our name gets out there, and the more people who maybe are getting sick and tired of them say, hey, do you know what? I might give these guys a little look at to see what they're like. Oh, actually, quite enjoying this. So that's all we can do.
That's been the vast majority of it. And I know one of the biggest criticisms is whatever decisions whatever I'll speak it, leave it to me. Whatever I talk about or bring into my channel, it's bad for fandom. Okay. For one, I'm not the arbiter of fandom. I'm not the gatekeeper of fandom. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy running a fucking channel, and we all kind of do our own different thing. But there is no arbiter of fandom. I would argue that it's been bad for fandom to keep pushing disingenuous arguments, divisive politics, identity politics, CRT, which is essentially segregation, bringing this stuff into what was a pretty fun space. And then, like, I've heard every excuse in the book. Well, Star Wars was always political, and Star Trek. Yeah, there was little politics here and there, but that wasn't the majority of the conversation. It was just, we were talking about the characters. Now our characters have been ruined, and they have been ruined by piss poor plots that have been chosen over better stories for politics, for identity politics, for an agenda. And it doesn't even matter anymore. And it's going to get, like I said, it's going to get worse before it gets better. And they have assassinated. How many characters do they need to assassinate? And I know more and more people are waking up to this, but I would argue that if we're making things worse for fandom by making people aware of this stuff, they already know it sucks. I had nothing to do with that, and neither did Az or Mahler. I mean, that's Marvel. Marvel has been writing shit. It's not our fault. We didn't put it in there. We're just discussing what we are seeing right now, and it's happening over and over again. Everything isn't fine. Everything isn't fucking fine. I'm sorry. Some people just want to consume, and I'm not stopping you from doing that either. And neither is Az, or neither is Mahler, and neither is anybody. If you want to consume. Don't be worried about us. But I would say it's worse for fandom to shill and lie, and to lie to your fans. And that's where they're pissed, because they know they're fucking caught with their fucking pants down, even with the Shang-Chi movie and these fuckers going out calling it a fucking absolute triumph. Be honest. Just go, it's a 6 out of 10. I liked it. It's a 7 out of 10. Is that the wrong?
Movie already.
That I believe. That I would believe. But they're like, oh, it's got Asians in it. We need to overpraise a little bit so I look like a better person on social media.
You're a racist.
Nerdrotic.com. Please subscribe.
If you like what I do here, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking and sharing the videos. It really does help. And if you did this with your favorite YouTuber as well, I'm sure they would appreciate it as much as I do.